Welcome to Narnia, because as we go through this tree, the world changes if Noodle can slip his way in. Because down there is a completely different world that you wouldn't expect if you were just passing this tree. You have to bear with it. Wetsuit does not like the road. In other words, he's not very flexible. You can see right the original route to the arch there, the original route to the portal, but we are sliding off to the left, to which you will find he comes out into a very different world. Oh, you need your bag off. Yeah. A little bit slow. Got that though. Right. Yeah, that's what most people say when they go down. Yeah. Bollocks. A little bit smaller than the last one we were in, but yeah. Still impressive in its own way. Yeah, look at that. Right, okay, we are now in the level. Never noticed this last time. Might have been settling to something. Big pipe going along the level. Didn't that was forward. Ooh. Falling in. Now this is quite historically important mine. We have been in here before, we have a video, but we're going to try and go a bit further this time. So yeah, it's water all the way, 900 feet to the first junction. This mine was dug when the mines in the area in 1830 were dying off. The miners were worried about their livelihoods, obviously. So they managed to convince the company to allow them to dig this level to the bottom of the vein, where they thought there'd be more stuff they could dig out. As it turns out, the vein at this horizon was barren, so they spent 30 years with very little income from this thing. But what we do have left is this thing. So we are going to carry on, and we'll be back in a moment. Right, okay, here's our first thing to see. A piece of woodwork coming down from the ceiling. So it's actually rotted, sort of melted over this beam. It's quite something. It's got plastic without damaging it. And there you go. I'm not sure if it's melted or it's two pieces. I'm sure. Pocket there, lots of calcification due to its age. See lots of stalactites in this one. Let me just demonstrate here, perhaps, maybe. Yeah, that's soft, very soft. So don't touch woodwork in coal mines like this, because that can be a dangerous thing to do, especially if it's holding up a lot of weight still. So, right, we'll be back. Actually, before we cut off, there we go, calcite curtains. One there, and this one here, just for this little, I'd say that's just a refuge. Yeah. And on we go. Right, you can see here they've had trouble with loose roof in the past, so they put these beams across, like they originally, you can see the range of the wood there. Beams going across to hold the wood, as you can see still in place down there. And to come out of the water to come over the collapse. There you go, see more of the wooden structures now going into the floor. You see this? Oh, quite bad cracking here, so put these beams across to hold that in place. Obviously now they're probably not bearing much weight because they wouldn't hold much weight anymore. But they still appear to be doing the job. Oh, falling. Need more light as we look down there. This end of the storm. Right. Yeah, just running the camera because I forgot to say that this mine was known of for being in the old documents, but people did not know where it was until a couple of years ago. One of our guys, John from Leicester, was looking for a cave and came across the entrance. Yeah, because it's completely gone. It hadn't been seen in a very long time, and they've been looking for it for a long time, and he just happened to come across it just after the collapse had happened and managed to get access, so that was a nice find. Right, we will continue our long slog. Right, as ground conditions deteriorate, you can see there, we find arching and a junction. This is the 900-foot junction. I don't know if I'll show you on this video. See, there's not been many people come up here because there's only a few footsteps in the silt. There's a vein down there not far, but our mission is that way. Another long slog. And what I think I'll do, to give you a scale, go on noodles. And I think I'm going to the toilet. Yeah, I'm going to the toilet.
Oh, are you in the wetsuit?
It's a wetsuit, it's an advantage of a wetsuit. You just got to walk through that when you come back. Okay, here's an interesting section. It often appears to be gold. But what it appears to be, in reality, we haven't made our wealth. A lot of stalactites here. It actually appears to be there's so full of water drops on it. It's causing that. You can see these stalactites here, and look at the roof there. At certain angles, that sort of reflects gold colour as well. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. I think we might do a thumbnail here. Right, noodle just up ahead. Well, didn't need to say that because you can see he's up ahead. It's just entering the rough stuff. This is an area of collapses, obviously. So, as you can see, we have to work our way through this, which I won't video because that'll just be wobble camera. So, she'll be back when we see something interesting, but work our way through. Now we're just working our way along these collapses, as you can see, and this is an indicator of how old this collapse is because it's had time for a lot of calcite to form on it. So this has been dripping on here for a while. So you can tell how old a collapse is by that, but only obviously in areas where there's water dropping on it. Further on there's no water dropping, so you can't really tell, apart from the odd spot where there's build up. So this is quite an old collapse, so unless you knock this, I'd say, judging by all these stalactites as well, this is quite stable, relatively. Don't touch anything though, because as you can see, big cracks through the walls. Not healthy. Right, still need to treat it with utter respect. Right, this is a landmark point for me, because this is the third time I've been in here, and this is the furthest I've been before. As you can see, that beam is holding up that piece of rock. Yeah, that is all that's holding up that piece of rock, is that beam.
Yeah,
nice.
Horrible bit of wood from the
So, keep them. God, same problem here. So, we'll keep clear of them. Go through them one at a time, just in case. There we go, he's now clear. And we shall follow. Last time we turned around, A, because it was rough, and B, out, because we weren't sure about the oxygen levels in here. That was in summer when you got high pressure. It's now winter where it's low pressure. The meters are reading 20.3, so see how we go. We've just come through a lot of collapses on shale and horribleness. Well, as you can see, turn away a second. The shale, sorry, the limestone level is now coming down, so we're now getting solid rock through it. But it doesn't last long. It looks better further on, doesn't it?
Not bad.
Yeah, it looks like an head or something. It's been there. Maybe. There's good. That's really nice. So we've got a beam there with a gate peg by the looks of it. And another beam on the floor, so maybe there was a door here. Should probably take them with them. Maybe. Do not near. Oh, watch out, yeah. That's loose. Looks like it goes back that way. It's dead. It looks like it's just a small chamber.
Yeah.
This looks like it improves now. Now out the shale. Excellent. I like that. Right. just to see here a little further along, we've got a band of shale against the roof there. It's squished. Looks like they've had trouble before because there's beams up here. But it seems quite stable now. Famous last words.
Got a little key lapse up ahead, like.
Collapse on a passing point.
Is that a passing point, is it?
What, on the, yeah, on the right. I went passing point there.
Oh, the one further up.
Yeah, it's collapsed there by the looks of it. Probably aren't seeing that on camera. No, but off we go. A little bit further on, and here's a raise that's mentioned in the research. If I can get up to it. Looks like things improved last night. Let you have a look now. Some 30 degrees. From 30 degrees from horizontal, from vertical, roughly. Okay, right, starting at the bottom here. That was slow going up. There she is. Yeah, it's the remains of a hopper manway. There's the manway hopper. I think manway on the left, or on the right. That's pretty. Right. That's the first one that's spoken of in my research. Nice. Right, Noodle's just pointed this out if you can see it on camera. Some sort of mould or fungus, we don't know, but just past it. Hear the water coming through the collapse. And we have arching. Beautiful. Right, doesn't go far. Get a bit deeper. It's just trying to prove me wrong, isn't it? How pretty. Right, so it's just a little chamber here that's collapsed. And let's get in there and continue our adventure. Well, there's plenty of head height, so we can't get that deep.
Just really fit.
I'm going to have to reconfigure a second. We all got in after a bit of reconfiguration, and I'm going in now. Let's feel the cold. Lose air up your wetsuit.
Yeah,
the cold isn't too bad actually.
It's not bad. It's just it's an initial scratch.
I can only feel the cold under the folds of my fat, where the wetsuit doesn't sit in against my body. So I feel it there, but everywhere else it's doing its job nicely.
Turn up your back.
But nice straight arched level. We can be grateful for that. Looking back on myself, we are just coming out of the arching again into, and you can see why they did arching.
It's still good.
Because behind the arching and above the arching is shale again. Wonderful. I imagine it's behind there. They don't spend money on this for nothing. Yeah, it's all shale. So we're going to go through the shale. It looks like there's another bit of arching ahead. Looks like a big collapse. That is a big collapse, but yeah. Yeah, big collapse in the shale here.
I can get over it.
I think it pinches out there on the top. Let's have a look. Right, other side of collapse. And Noodle's checking this chamber out because it might be a little too risky about there. Your assessment, sir.
Hey?
Your assessment.
Yeah. It's one of them that looks like it might go.
When you call that one.
Thanks to Extreme Explorers for making this video possible by sponsoring it. Extreme Explorers brings together the best of exploration videos and articles in categories, making it easy for you to find the best of what you're looking for. The website is still in early days yet, but more features to make your life easier are coming soon. Plus there is an app so you can take the community with you in your pocket and receive live notifications of new content. So thank them for the support by checking them out and bookmarking them to check their progress.
Not far off. We'll get a better look at it now. I have there if you want.
Now, the research I've done says this goes something like 800 feet, and then turns right onto the vein, which this looks like it's doing now. That was rough coming through there, very rough. But yeah, it's turning right, and there's arching. So, yeah, it's a long route down the vein apparently, so we'll go that way. Right, we've done the right turn into the vein, and it's even deeper. Lovely! Just what we like. Let's get in there. Luckily, we had the foresight to bring wetsuits. Now that's dribbling down my back, which is cold. Oh, yeah. It's good fun. My nipples are wet. Right, we'll just work our way along here. Right, we've just come along here. We've been taking photos of this before we disturb it, and we've noticed there's not many footprints in the silt at all there. That's compared to, well, you can't see now because we've been through that. Yeah, there's no obvious footprints, so nobody's been down here in a long time. So the left branch there, apparently that goes 400 feet, but it looks buff and it goes nowhere. So we're going to follow that one. Just notice, you might not be able to see it too well because it's disturbed, but just below the waterline here, the stone goes narrow. Just see it's left a noodle there. This is going along, yeah, so it's shorter, so less high stone below the waterline. It's almost as if they knew where the waterline would be. Spooky. It's not an optical illusion either. That's what we thought it might be at first, but no, it doesn't. Oh well, we'll make our way through here slowly, floating our way through towards what looks like another nasty collapse. Wow, look at that for a collapse. It's just gone straight down. Yeah. There's even here fossil.
A fossil, is it?
It looks like a fossil.
Oh yes,
Something weird, whatever that is. I'm not a fossil expert, but if you do know, then let me know. I want to take a picture of that.
Yeah.
And context as well. Two shots.
More on here as well.
Right, just from the up from that chamber where the collapse was, and we found something. Now the last people to come down here, I don't think showed this in the video, which suggests they didn't come this far. Ladder and unravel. I'm not doing no bit more. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. That goes well. That's the second. I think this is the first of the vein raises. And an original airbox as well. Hang on. Hold me, I'll tell you in a moment. There you go. An original airbox. Very old. I'm not climbing up the rickety old ladder though, so. It's picturesque up there. And next to it we have the associated ore hopper. Nice little thing. I wouldn't climb that ladder just in case. Yeah, it's a bit soft. There's the route on. Make sure I get it, but there we go. After all this time, finally managed to find an inscription. No date, but WA. That was. There are inscriptions. Is that approved, Noodle? That's approved. Excellent. Approved. Great. We shall continue on. Excellent. Yeah. I think that's the real 400 foot one. Yeah, we've come a little bit, well, quite a bit further on.
Right.
So I'll talk to my camera. And, we found this. So it looks like that is the 400 foot one that goes to a face and nothing else. So we'll avoid that one. And this might be, well, it looks like it is, the second raise on the vein. which means beyond this just goes to a face. Ow, this is hard going up here. Thick silt, very thick silt. Bloody hell, my knee is in that position sitting on top of the silt. You think we might want to just... Yeah, that's the second raise. And that. Yeah, looks like that was the ladder way, but it's now the choked way. So, according to research, this just goes to face up here. So as you see, just the other side of this raise. This has been a long trudge up here, hasn't it? What time do we come in here? So it's now 1/4 to this point. So, yeah. Documents and plans say it's a face up there, so, and that left one is a face with no features, so these are the two raises we were looking for on this one. So we found them. So mission complete. We're now going to start the long trudge back out.